You're now listening to Unfiltered with Mia, where filters fade and real connection begin. Each week, I sit down with inspiring guests, all share solo reflection for raw and honest conversation about growth, challenges, and the wins that shape us. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of Unfiltered with Mia. And today, my special guest is all the way from the UK. He came back after over 1 year, not even a year, over 1 year. And I'm so happy that he made time. Literally, this guy comes like so quickly to Dubai, but he made time for the podcast, and I need to give him credit. Today, we've got Cass with us.
Your
Hi.
intros are legendary. I'm wondering who you're talking about. So, I'm with you. Like, thank you for having me again, my girl. Maya, so good to see you, man. So good to see you.
Likewise. I know you're so busy because everyone wants to get a piece of you.
Don't do this.
And I got a piece of you.
Nah, don't do this. So early
I'm
in the
putting
podcast
you-
as well.
Like, listen,
I
last
remember
time,
what you did last time was dirty, so I'm prepared for you this time.
listen, that iPhone to Samsung thing went viral on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
I need to put it out there.
Okay. Like I said, I'm ready for you this time. You caught me unawares last time. It's all good. How are you, Maya?
I'm good, you
Yeah.
know. I'm good. We're rebranded since you last
I know. I
was
can see
here.
you. I see you. Growth, awards, nominations, and all sorts of. Yeah, I see you, man.
Who knows? I'm maybe the next Oprah Winfrey. UAE. That's
Put
the
it
goal.
out there, man. Manifest.
I'm just planting the seeds.
Okay, cool. I'm with you.
Listen, I'm just planting the seeds, but yeah, we're good. We're growing slowly but surely. How about you? It's been over a year. Give me a bit of how's life? How's everything? Obviously, you're back in the UK. Are you sure you don't want to come back to Dubai?
The mad times I get asked this question. For now, I'm good. Now,
Okay.
I'm good. Like, I love what's happening in the UK. I'm moving with purpose, I suppose, in the UK. The community that we've built, that we'll go on to talk about, feeds me. Like, they are an incredible bunch. You're always going to have one or two of the issues. The weather's never fantastic, but I always say it like, okay, cool. Winters in the UK are bad. Like, summers in Dubai are not. Like,
Oh no, it's
so
better.
yeah,
No,
it's
I
just
agree.
one of those things. The ideal space would be to kind of jump between the two, but like in terms of being settled, I'm good where I am at the moment. So yeah,
Maybe you can do the 6 months.
I remember when you came, like you didn't want to go back when you came
Oh,
to
no.
London and we went to
To-
Ronnie Scott's. Yeah,
To be
so
fair, no, Ronnie Scott's was so. I am so glad that you dragged me there. Like, please do drag me there off like these kind of places
yeah.
anytime.
Shout out to Vula.
I'm just letting you know I am so up for it. This place, guys, if anyone's hearing this and if you're going to the UK or if you've been to the UK or if you live in the UK, I don't care. Just go to Ronnie Scott, this place.
The event's called Vula and Friends. Yeah, like next to mine, my favorite night in the UK. So yeah,
Oh, I swear, the soul that has there,
she's
the
amazing.
music, wow. You will have the best night, trust me. It's worth it. That's all I'm going to say. But obviously, when you came here, obviously, I know you're the founder of Lies and Friends.
Mhm.
Just for people to kind of remember, describe what is Lies and Friends and what is the community all about?
It's essentially a social deception kind of game.
Okay.
I tend to call it a social solution. Like,
Okay.
but yeah, it's essentially, I don't know if anybody's ever played Mafia or Werewolf or watched The Traitors or whatever, but it's essentially a game where you're handed roles. There are good guys, bad guys. There's a daytime phase, a nighttime phase. And essentially, among you guys have to find out which ones among you guys are the mafia and which ones among you guys are civilians. And the aim of the game is to be able to vote out or identify all of the mafia among you. Aim of the game, if you're the mafia, is to kill off all of the civilians and then equal or outnumber the amount of civilians left in the game, and that's how you win. So yeah, the game, great vehicle for human connection and like all of those wonderful things that it seems like we're losing in society quite a bit. But yeah, like I enjoy it a lot. seems like everybody that's playing it is enjoying it a lot at the moment. So yeah, couldn't be in a better place.
And I mean, the growth is insane. Like when you first came on the pod, obviously it was still the beginning stage, which was still running relatively fine, to be
Mm,
fair. It was
mm,
still going super fine. But then we saw that growth, we saw the consistency, we
yeah,
saw
yeah,
every. Now I'm seeing it through social media. Now,
yeah.
you as a founder, tell me everything. Give me the behind the scene, obviously the highs, the lows, everything that we don't see. I want to know more.
Do you know what? Like, this isn't gonna be a typical kind of rags to riches founder story. Like this has been pretty painless. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
been pretty painless. The idea behind it, like, it's such a great vehicle for bringing people together naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's much out there like it. It serves so many purposes, and we'll get through it. But like in the beginning, I'm quite a sociable person, so I have a decent network of people. So when we wanted to trial it and kind of give it a beginning and see kind of how that works, I had enough people with me to be able to say, okay, cool, let me invite all of these people, see who shows up. For the first couple of months, it was pretty much majority communities or people that are connected to the communities that I know. And then afterwards, I think word of mouth, and then things started spreading, and people started sharing on social media and whatnot. And then before you know it, kind of traffic started developing itself, and yeah, then before I know it, like, I go into the venues now, and apart from the people that I've met from Liars and Friends that have been coming for the last year or 2 years or whatever, I don't know like half of the people in the space now,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful thing as well. So they all feel like family, but like in terms of a relationship outside of the community or before the community started, like that's what I like about it. Like it's all new people, it's fresh. And that's for me the biggest indication that you're doing something right, I suppose. So
Totally,
yeah.
I agree. And I mean, to be honest, not everything that you do has to go through a painful experience and journey, you know? When you, at the end of the day, I always say, whenever you enjoy what you do,
Mm,
even if you come across whatever it is, you'll still keep going. You know what I mean? You go with a purpose. But if I'm not wrong, and
mhm,
correct me if I am,
mm,
one of the purpose and driving factor of you founding Lies and Friends and
mm,
building that community was loneliness,
mhm.
which is something that I feel is not just people talk about loneliness in Dubai, but loneliness is almost everywhere
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
whether that's in the UK, for example. So tell me more about the UK side of things.
Funny enough, I think the idea came like whilst I was here. I played the game for maybe the best part of 10 years,
Mm.
12 years prior. But there was a community here playing like one or two games of Mafia and whatnot. But I started a volleyball
Yes,
space or company whilst
correct.
I was here, and saw how many people responded to something when you take judgment out of the equation, you take romance out of the equation, and people can just be. Big cities, like I've traveled from, like Dubai and London are not that different.
Yeah.
Like they're both transient cities, they both have high diversity, both, I don't know, avant-garde, if you want to call it that, in terms of kind of how the cities run and whatnot. But I've lived in South America and Colombia, I've spent a lot of time in Canada, I've traveled a bit. I find big cities are really, really good at people. They have a lot of people. The density is high, but they're really, really bad, ironically, at engaging or connecting those people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that's kind of what it is. Like when I was here, a lot of my friends, I started to realize there was a trend where people would leave whatever countries that they're from, and they'd secured a good job, and they'd, I don't know, have a really nice apartment on the 17th floor of the marina or Arabian Ranches or whatever, a nice car overlooking the bush, whatever it is. Same problem. It's always companionship. It's always people. It's always connection. It's always people having friends that can't stay here or don't stay here for whatever reason and then leave. And London's not that different. So I think there's an idea that loneliness looks like sadness or brokenness, if that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
of
And
course, of
I
course.
think for me, loneliness is the result of a society that you live in not creating safe enough spaces for people to engage properly.
Absolutely.
Like I think that's essentially what it is for me. So yeah, like we created what we created because of how it combats that. It's always the hardest thing to go into a room and justify why me sitting over here should take myself up and speak to her or him sitting over there. Like, what are they going to think? Like, what's the judgment behind that? Like, am I going to be perceived as someone that wants something? And that feeling's never nice.
Of course.
So if you could create something that removes that barrier, and has people just join, sit down, play a game before they know each other, and the game has, let's say, some, I don't know, spicy ethics around it, in terms of the game is centered around deception. Friendly deception is playful, if that makes sense. The game is centered around how good you are at judgment.
Yeah.
How good you are at looking at people's body language, telling when somebody's lying, trusting, all of those kind of things. And then also the other side of it, which is having to do those things. Like, it's a lottery, you never know. So I think when the game is done, there is always that feeling of like, oh my God, you got me. Like, or you played so well. I never thought it was you, or you kept voting for me and I told you not to vote for me. And like, there's always that element to it. Which naturally means if I've been playing a game with you for 30 minutes, that fear, that first point of contact fear, that icebreaker fear is kind of taken away, and conversation becomes organic, because naturally you're more compelled to speak to somebody. Absolutely. And both of you understand the reason. So again, like, I don't know, man, the loneliness thing for me, I think loneliness doesn't look like what everybody feels like loneliness should look like. Loneliness often looks like being busy. Like loneliness often looks like that extra day in the gym when you've already gone 3 days, or shopping, or whatever it is. Like, and it's one of those things where I find anyway that, like, you find yourself pushing yourself into activities that you do quite solitary, because you don't have the engagement, because you don't have the people to be able to speak to, or that person to be able to speak to, because you don't feel that sense of belonging, or that sense of understanding, or whatever, because you don't feel like, there's millions of reasons, but I tend to find that there's a loneliness pandemic. Absolutely. And it's one of the hardest things, because nobody says those words, I am lonely. Somebody might turn around and say, I don't know, I am broke, or I don't have money, or there's ways to be able to say those things that are other problems. I think right now society's so clamped on being self-made, on, I don't know, like, independence, on all of those kind of things, that community or friendship or needing people is framed as something that is, again, needy. And for me, it couldn't be more of the opposite. So
I agree with you. And don't get me wrong. Here's my perception of things, and I'm gonna give you my personal opinion here. I understand that as human beings, it's important for us to be with ourselves at some point, but we're also human creatures, where if you look back at our ancestors' time, we always were in community. You'll never find someone, like, you can go back in history and, like, I don't know, like, God knows how many years back, we always moved in community. And you will find that, I think in today's day and age, there's so much, like, negative connotation about doing things alone. For me, it's like, oh, like, no, sorry.
Doing things together.
Things together, as in the sense that there's competition, or no, I'd rather do it by myself. I like it because I have control about it. That you can miss out on a lot of things. Because for me, what I found where I thrive the most is when you have the right people around you and that help you. Because if you look deep into it, people are not always here for competition. People just want to have a conversation and get to know you and talk to you. There's not everyone who's, like, ill-intended, you know?
But there's two sides of it. There is that side. Then there's the other side of people that don't necessarily feel like they're above it, but feel like they don't have the capacity or they don't know how. Like COVID ruined a lot of people.
Absolutely. No, I
Like
agree.
COVID ruined a lot of people, and I think there is an element of social anxiety where people don't know how to meet. And again, it sounds weird. How can you not know how to meet people? How can you not know how to talk to people? But we became so used to being by ourselves or understanding only, I don't know, this one person or whatever. Like even myself, I'm not the best in groups all the time. Like all the time. I learned a term about ambiversion, being an
Yeah.
ambivert, like where I probably lean more towards introversion.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know that by
Of
from
course.
the outside, from looking at me.
Of course.
A lot of the, I don't know, public speaking or whatever I do is based on duty.
Mm.
My grandma always told me like don't grab the mic if you don't have anything to say, kind of thing. So, and again, there's imposter syndrome, there's all of this stuff that happens kind of regularly. So I don't know, like I find that in spaces like this, me talking about me being an ambivert, I find that I need a mixture of the right people in a space
Correct.
and the right environment.
Absolutely.
I can't just have one or the other. Like, and that
agree.
makes it difficult because that chemical space or that formula, if it's slightly off, then I can appear slightly off. And again, like that's so many people. Like everything has to, you need a little bit of this and a dash of that and a sprinkle of this
Absolutely.
for me to be able to say, like, and that's probably why I think what we've done works well, because first of all, my team are incredible. My team are like, I couldn't choose a better group of people to work with, both in the London and the Birmingham spaces. Like the team are incredible. So they understand human behavior, that when people walk in, they know, okay, hug. Or no, this person needs to scan a little bit. And
Yeah.
do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Give you space a
yeah,
little bit, yeah.
this is it. So like I couldn't be more grateful. I think my team is made up of a lot of women as well, and I think that's important because I said it before, most events, it's probably changing a little bit, but most events are created by neurotypical men or male,
Mm-hmm.
which means that there are going to be a lot of blind spots as to what makes women comfortable in the space.
Absolutely.
So I rely heavily on my team to be able to tell me what my blind spots are, or to be able to help curate the nights and make sure that like those people are comfortable. Like everybody from, again, people that are neurodivergent, I find it like I'm the same. I'm neurodivergent. I find sometimes it can just be a really, really big toil and an exercise to be able to meet everybody at the neurotypical space, because that's what's there for everyone. Often, if you create a space that is, I don't know, more tailored for neurodivergent people, neurotypical people don't really notice the difference.
Yep.
So like there's actually an easy bridge like where
100%.
everybody can exist. And I think it's telling because quick story, I remember talking to someone and she said that she came with a friend and both of them are like super, super anxious, super socially anxious. So they came downstairs into the waiting area before everybody got allowed to go in the elevator and go up, and they started looking around and seeing so many people, and they were both discussing leaving before it started. Had paid for their tickets, all of the rest of it.
Yeah, okay.
And then they came up in the elevator and we have like a 30-minute mingle session just so that people, there's like snacks and all of the rest of it. And they were like, you know what? If you feel the same and you don't want to stay, message me toilet and I'll meet you by the elevator. Like, and we'll both just get out of here, if that makes sense.
That's the goal cult.
And then they turned into people that like wanted to be a part of the night and wanted to share and contribute to others. And that's what's beautiful. Not everybody wants to play the game. The game itself is a great vehicle, but like some people just want to be a part of something. Like they just want to be a part of something as a part of a community. And I think that the fact that we can cater, I suppose, for everything is like, I talk about the event like it's not mine. Just because I love what we're building. I love what we're building.
And I love it, to be honest, from obviously from an outside perspective and point of view, what I like is, as you said, you cater for different things. As I've always said, you will attract the right people, and that's about it. And some stuff are not for everyone, and that's fine, but the right people will come. And what I like is you break that bridge of obviously that loneliness, because people don't have to be like, there's that, I don't need to have that icebreaker moment, you know? But one of the most important thing, which I think is something that I also right now is not talked about, and even I was suffering from that, is letting your inner child have fun. Do you know what I mean? When was the last time you let that little girl or that little boy just have like that little fun? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, and you're right. Like, again, there is a dichotomy or a confusion between childlike and childish.
Yes.
Like, and I think it's important. Like, again, there was a psychologist that wrote something. They tagged us in the post, and they were basically like, "Look, this is an event I go to every single time it's on, and it's just because it allows my inner child to be able to just go and
Absolutely.
like, where's the playgrounds?" Like, I'm talking about anything, like in anything. Again, I was always told three things that you really should keep in mind when you have your life philosophy: something that makes you money,
Mm-hmm.
something that keeps you healthy, something that keeps you creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most people, they need to survive on the thing that makes them money.
Absolutely.
So again, the thing that keeps them healthy, again, some people struggle with that, but a lot of people do. That creative thing, I find that that's something that so many people struggle with. And sometimes it is just about space.
Oh yeah.
It's just about an opportunity to explore. It's about,
Exactly.
and interestingly, my mentor years and years ago put me onto the six human needs, but not Maslow's hierarchy.
Yeah.
It was the Tony Robbins one. And
Love
interestingly
that.
enough, all right, so interestingly enough, the irony is these things that we need are so opposite. Certainty, like, so you need that idea of security, to that idea of control, that idea of knowing what to expect and whatnot. But then you also need variety or uncertainty or
Correct.
spontaneity or adventure or whatever. So those are two differences. Giving, contribution, like the feeling of giving something to something bigger than you, if that makes sense. But also
Absolutely.
taking the growth side of things. Like, and that's another thing. But I think the two key ones, especially for what we're talking about now, was significance being one of them. And again, whether that forms itself in the way of status or just being visible, like, I think it's important.
Absolutely.
But then for me, the key is the love and the connection side of thing. And that's what speaks to belonging. That's what
Yes.
speaks to community. That's what speaks to, and again, the irony is loneliness cannot exist without community. Like, because if you have no idea, if you've never seen a community, no idea what a community looks like, you don't know what lonely looks like.
Absolutely.
You have to feel exclusion. You have to feel like you're not a part of something to feel lonely. So yeah, it's interesting. The whole topic for me is interesting, but I've seen it. I've got there's people that work with us that the reason why they've decided to be able to join us is because they've had big bouts with loneliness. And I'm not even talking about them, I'm talking about family members. Again, like there's big things, suicide rates because of these things, or like it's
Absolutely.
a really 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 big thing that nobody speaks about. So
Exactly.
again, like, we created ourselves to solve a few problems, which is why I don't call it a game. I do call it a bit of a social solution disguised as a game. And it's nice when you can gamify things. Logic
Exactly.
is gamified, like grammatical logic is gamified by Sudoku or word searches or those kind of things, and people play those things religiously. Yeah, so if you can gamify something that is kind of important, then it helps towards finding a solution to that thing, I suppose.
I love that. And it's so funny that you mentioned Tony Robbins. Do you know that Tony Robbins was one of my biggest inspiration? I still remember to this date, the first time I saw him was when he had his show on Netflix.
Okay, yeah.
And I got interested into what he was saying.
Hmm.
Ever since, I'm like a huge fan.
Really?
He's like one of my top 3 inspiration.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned everything that you just mentioned just now, because I literally this morning finished a podcast that I was listening to a podcast he was on,
Mm.
and I was listening and he re-mentioned all of that. And I was like, oh, I love these little.
It's important. Sometimes it's the simple things, man. It's the things
Exactly.
that we know already that we either forget or we need refreshers on or whatever.
Exactly.
And that's essentially it. So yeah, like I said, I think big cities struggle with that as a problem. And I feel like we have a solution. I think it's just the idea of scaling it, because again, I'd implore any of your listeners, anybody listening to this, to be able to go onto our Instagram or TikTok, just message any single person that's been to the event, and I can pretty much guarantee that the things that they're going to speak to you about are going to be the community element, the vibe element, the gameplay, the unpredictableness. Like, it's a lottery. You never know how any game's going to end. No two games are going to end the same. There's just so many things to be able to gather from it. And I think for me, do you ever have that idea? You go somewhere or you visit something or whatever, and you see these, oh, it's such a good idea. I wish I thought of this.
Yeah.
So that used to happen to me all the time. This is the first time I believe I own that idea.
Okay, I agree.
Does that make sense?
Of course, absolutely.
Like, that if I was looking at it from the outside in, I'd be like, yeah, I wish I'd have thought of this. So
oh yeah, trust me. When I saw you starting Lions and Friends, and now what I see what you've built, I'm just like, he's got it right. Because it's not just about, like, what I like is you're looking at it as you're solving a problem. Yeah. That's the main thing. And the driving factor is, I want to contribute to people's life. I want to make them that when they're leaving from the event, they feel like, oh, that felt good, you know? And that is enough to know that what you're doing is right. Yeah.
It's the psychology behind it. It's human behavior, but it's also, like, I've got people I now consider friends that have come to the event, that have been coming to the event for 9 months straight, not one day that they've missed, or some of them, I mean, nearly 2 years. Like, people have been coming regularly. Every time we go, it's always a 40-60 split. Okay. There's 40% new people or 60% new people, and then the other half is the people that are regulars. But it's so nice to see. There's almost I don't really know what to call it, but it feels like a family where, like, I have to be father at the top, if that makes sense, because I create the house rules. I bring everybody together. I speak to everybody. I tell everybody what the night's going to be about and whatnot. But my team are allowed more of a nurturing kind of maternal space where they can be a lot warmer and a lot, like, I have to protect the space as well, because there's, again, sometimes you have some undesirables that kind of have some intentions and whatnot. So, well, my team tend to be able to kind of just smother the space a lot, and I think that is so important. But then the regulars, for me, I always describe them as the older siblings.
Yeah, I see it.
So when new people come in, it's not always on the parents to be able to show what the house rules are. Like, they see from behavior, and at that point, everybody kind of assimilates and knows how to be able to behave. So for me, like, I never have behavioral issues. It's nice because I kind of remove alcohol from this space. Romance isn't, like, you notice when romance isn't on the table, everybody relaxes.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
I think it's because it's such a thing at the moment that everyone's like, I think romance is something that everyone has, like, either the pressure or it's another big topic, you know? So people think, right, if I go to this event, maybe I will find love. So you put, like, I've realized, because I've been to a dating event, and then I was like, why am I getting all built up for an event? I just gotta go and enjoy myself, and whatever happens, you know? But when, like you said, if you remove that romance side of things, you just show up and be yourself.
But it's simple. It's really simple. It's just pressure. Like dating, when you meet somebody new, especially having been single for a little while or whatever, the pressure that comes with it is, what happens if they don't? How would they like it if X, Y, and Z? And from that point of view, it's almost, I may have to start from scratch again. I may have to start dating again, X, Y, and Z, and that hamster wheel feels, if that makes sense.
Correct.
Business is exactly the same. Like, if you go into business meetings, again, there's another pressure attached to it. So for me, it was almost like, why does every interaction have to have that pressure attached to it? Strip it all back. We're just here to be. We're here to have fun. Like, and when that happens, you notice people's shoulders just relax a little bit, and you start to see people's feelings in their mouths because they're laughing so much. And like, but that's what I want. That's what I need from people. I need people to just feel safe. I need people to feel like they belong in a space. I need people to feel like this is home. And it's nice because then they invite people to their home. Like, and their home becomes the home of their friends and whatnot. And that's, for me, essentially kind of how you build community.
Absolutely.
It's not the same as community, is not the same thing as audience.
And I think, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I am, but Lies and Friends has grown like organically. You didn't put any ads or anything. It just literally grew by words of mouth, and then friends bringing friends.
Yeah, I need to start, but I've never done any kind of, like, we don't do, I have a problem doing this stuff.
Okay.
Like, the first time I did it was for you, and that's because you asked me, if that makes sense.
you.
Like, but I don't like appearing in front of camera. This a decision that I made at the end of last year, that I kind of need to be more present. I think when you start a business, before, it was creation could glorify the creator.
Okay.
So whatever you create can speak. Now everybody wants to know, who's the founder? What does he do? What's his ethics? What does he eat for breakfast in the morning? Like all of that stuff. So now I know that I need to put myself out there a little bit more. However, same thing, PR stuff, media opportunities, reaching out to brands, marketing, all of that stuff is stuff that I need to start now. But it's been beautiful, on the other hand, to watch the community grow organically.
Absolutely.
Because then, like, you see who's in it for the right reasons, rather than who's in it because you paid an influencer to come and do a come with me to da or X, Y, and Z. And now we're in a space that, I don't know, typically 2 to 4 hours of putting tickets out, they sell. Yeah,
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, the last, was it the last
Yeah.
post? There was one post you did recently, and I was like,
30 minutes.
sold out. I was like, what?
30 minutes.
That
30
is
minutes. I know.
mad.
I know.
Like, I don't, like, normally concert tickets goes as fast as this. And I was like, right.
Yeah, it's
mad.
It's still surprising.
But a good
me.
mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's warming to me. It's so, like, I promise you, there's not an ounce of, I don't know, ego or whatever it is. Like, it's just so warming. Like you've effectively created something, and you've given birth to something that provides joy and what people see as necessity in their lives. Absolutely. For them. That, like, I don't know, man. It feels like that's the goal. That's the objective. That's it. Like,
no, exactly. And you know what I like about it? Like, for me, when I think of Liars and Friends, it brings me back to my childhood, when I used to sit down with my cousin, and, like, you know, we used to play Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sit for hours. We wouldn't go to bed. Like, our parents,
Tell me you play Monopoly, Maya, because me and you will have to start. That's my game, you know. That's my game. That's my game.
You're not ready.
Yeah, that's my game.
Listen, me and my cousins, yeah, we would sit down every week and would gather around, sit down. And nobody would go to sleep. Like, sometimes we'd be up until like 5. We're like, we're not leaving. We're staying.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, because you bring back that inner child that is just having fun and gathering. Now, I'm not saying that social media, I'm not like going to say, social media, phones and all of that is only bad. But to be able to disconnect from that little thing that we have, put it aside for the hours that is required, and just be present. Enjoy the time, get to have human interaction, have a laugh, socialize.
Do you know what's interesting? Like, I'm not gonna do the whole, like, social media is bad thing either. Like, I just understand that sometimes our phones are a crutch.
Oh no, like, I agree.
And even for me, I find often people on social media either slip into creator or consumer mode. But either way, I've been there. Like I said, I struggle with introversion at the best of times, if that makes sense. And I'll go to a place that's by myself, and before I warm up and self-talk and all of the rest of it, I might grab my phone and be in the corner just pretending that I'm using my phone. And if you look at my phone, it's the calculator that I'm typing on or something like that, just to appear like I'm because this is the problem that you have. Sometimes you kind of look like you're busy, or you don't want to be there. And it's kind of the point that I made earlier on. Sometimes, like, being alone or loneliness can look like busyness. And if I was approached by someone, or if I took myself up to someone, then I wouldn't need my phone. But the last thing I want in any event that I go to is, okay, talk to the person next to you, take yourself up and speak to someone you haven't spoken to before.
Exactly. That
stuff, it kills me. Like, it feels so inauthentic, and like, I don't know, like there's no, I haven't worked out or vindicated a reason why I am interested in this conversation. And if that's the case, then they probably haven't done that with me. So it means the conversation is going to be inorganic, if that makes
No,
sense.
I agree with you. And you know what? Even like, for example, I'll take my example,
Mm.
right? You know me, I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah.
I say hi to everyone.
Yep.
You know what
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like there are certain cases where I wouldn't go to a place because I'll be like, I don't know nobody. I might know one person, but it's like that's a lot of social pressure for me
Mm.
to be like, how do I naturally open up? Because there's that moment of awkwardness of like, can I be myself?
Mm.
Will I be judged if I'm myself? Because, you know, like I told you earlier, not everyone will like you, and it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like that removing. What I like about what you do is like you remove that awkwardness, because even like you said, you don't need to be someone who only has social anxiety. Even the most bubbliest person in the world can have anxiety.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Like, again, what warms me is when somebody comes in with their shoulders up and looking around and whatnot, and then halfway through the night, I see them shouting and pointing, it's you're the mafia. Like, there's a change. Like, I've seen people come in by themselves after messaging saying, is it okay to come alone? Like, 6 months later, they're on holiday with people that they've met at the event. Like, and I get what you're saying. Like, and sometimes it's not you have a personality type. Like, I can be both. You can be both.
Absolutely.
I've been to festivals by myself and had the best time, but I've also been to places that are a hell of a lot smaller and just been like, what am I doing here? Like,
Exactly.
I need to leave.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's about where you are, it's about the people, it's about your social battery, it's about your capacity, it's about how your day went before, it's about all of these things.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
if that chemistry isn't
I
proper,
agree.
then
I agree with you. Now, I think what I want to understand is it takes a lot for someone to just like, that's a message that I want you to bring to anyone out there. Like you said, Liars and Friends was something that you got the idea and you put out there. And you came up with a problem, you saw the problem, you came up with the solution, and you went forward with it.
Yeah.
Maybe not even knowing that it was going to be as big as it is now. But like, it's somehow a risk that you also took of like, let's just do it. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anyone who's listening and wants to do, I'm not talking just about community, wants to start up something in life, may that be a new job, may that be going to the gym, anything that they want to start up, based on your experience with Liars and Friends, what would you say to that person listening?
This is where the imposter syndrome thing comes in, because I'm kind of like, I'm probably not the person to answer this question. Like, you know what? Two things. First one, and these are only things I'm regurgitating, like things that I've been taught. Like, rule number one is get out of the building. Like, sometimes you're in your head, sometimes I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Sometimes you can listen to Tony Robbins and all of these people and keep upskilling yourself, and it feels like you're making progress because you're learning new things. Like, execution, action, like the ability to learn things quickly and then prove them, I think is one of the most important things. So have a minimum viable product, something that isn't the final product, but gives you some form of data as to what about it works, what about it doesn't work. And then that's it. And then that kind of ties into the next thing, which is test, measure, scale.
Okay, I love that.
Like, that's simple. Like, you can't measure what you don't test.
Absolutely.
You can't scale what you don't measure. Like, and therefore anything that you measure and it works, you scale it. If it doesn't, you go back to the drawing board, work out what didn't work, and then test it again, and then measure, and then scale. So those will be the two things: get out of the building, test, measure, scale.
Love that. Were you ever scared that this was not going to work out?
I'm still afraid. I'm still afraid. I'm a big scaredy cat, man. I'm afraid of everything. Like, I want on my life, I'm afraid of everything. I don't look like it. Like, when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to things I care about, like, there's always a fear attached. But I feel like it's healthy. I feel like
Of
it's healthy to
course,
have a
no.
little bit of fear attached to something. Like it means you care.
Of course.
Like so.
No, absolutely. And I mean, your baby's becoming a freaking teenager now.
Yep.
And I love that.
Looking after me now.
I
like
love that. Now, obviously, we've talked about how it all started, the journey, what it's bringing. What's your vision for Liars and Friends? Where do you see it going?
It's the scale element that I was just talking about. I think I have enough data now to be able to know that it is something. I mean, we've tried it in 2 cities, but we've done stuff in New York, we've done stuff in Tunisia, we've done stuff in different places and seen kind of how it transcends. And they only really need little tweaks. So for me, like the end goal, or essentially the idea, is to be able to solve the problem of loneliness in big cities. That's what, it's a very lofty ambition, but essentially the aim is to solve that problem. How that's done is just bigger spaces. We do a lot of corporate stuff now, which is great because corporate teams tend to bond over tasks.
Correct.
Whereas when they come to us, they bond over trust. So when they go back into the office, the team means something else now.
Yeah.
Like they know each other a little bit better. So again, just little by little, we have a saying at Liars and Friends, brick by brick. And it's literally just build everything brick by brick. And the idea is to be able to be over here, be in other big cities, absolutely everywhere. And hopefully we can help contribute, seeing as that's a topic that we're talking about. But yeah, contribute to ending the issue of loneliness.
Love that. And I think it's ample time to end it. And like you said, COVID did hit that a lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that you started it is a great,
we are the vaccine.
Yeah.
We're the COVID vaccine.
We've been through it. I love that. And also, I'm gonna freaking butcher that word, but excuse my English. You initiated.
That's the word you were gonna butcher.
It's not okay. Is it good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you initiated.
Take time. Don't hurt yourself.
A great solution, and I love it. And I am still looking forward to be part of it. I missed it when I came to London last time. I'm so gutted.
Yeah, don't worry, we got time.
But it's a new year.
Mm-hmm.
I am really looking forward to be part of one of your Liars and Friends.
It will happen. It will happen.
I look forward to it. Every time I see you, I'm like, I want to be part of this too. This is fun.
Oh my God.
Guys, before we move towards the end of the pod.
You're going to cause trouble. I know this is the time that you cause trouble.
No. Before we go to trouble time.
Okay, so it is coming. Okay.
Obviously. There's a lot of changes since you last came.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything, do you think that, obviously, based on what we've talked, reflection from everything you've built, is there anything that you think we have not talked about or touched on that you want to maybe open up before we go towards the end bit?
I think you are an extremely competent host. I feel like you've done everything. I feel like you've addressed all of the things that are on my mind. I mean, we've spoken about lies in detail, but we've spoken about the cause more than we've spoken about the game, and I think that's important. Yeah, like I think well done. Kudos.
Thank you.
Kudos.
If you want to know about the games, go to Liars and Friends, buy your tickets, and you'll enjoy it. Easy as that, guys. And who knows, maybe soon you'll be Liars and Friends worldwide.
Let's hope so, man. That's the prayer.
Hey, plant your seed. Listen, we started the podcast saying we're manifesting.
Yeah.
We keep manifesting.
There we go.
All right. You're ready for trouble?
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
I love doing this to you. No, I promise there's no iPhone via Samsung this time.
Yeah.
I had to throw it again. Guys, he's a fully iPhone.
I'm iPhone initiated.
Thank you.
Initiated.
Initiate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've changed a little bit since your last game.
Okay.
So now we have 2 troubles.
Okay.
I think you had only 1 when you came. Now we have 2.
Yep.
So before the one that you know, we have a would you rather.
Let's go.
It's love.
Ready.
It's all love.
We're
I
good.
promise.
Let's go.
Would you rather admit you're lonely or pretend you're fine?
Admit I'm lonely.
Would you rather build a community that needs you or one that can exist without you?
That's difficult. I'm going to say one that can exist without me.
Okay. Would you rather be fully yourself and misunderstood or watered down and accepted?
The first one.
Okay. Would you rather sit with your loneliness until it teaches you something or distract yourself from it forever?
No, definitely. Yeah, sit with my loneliness until it teaches me something.
Okay. Would you rather create spaces that connect people for a moment or change how they relate to others long term?
Change how they relate to others long term.
Okay. Would you rather host an event where no one knows each other or everyone already does?
No one knows each other.
Would you rather have deep conversation that gets uncomfortable or easy conversation that go
Deep
nowhere?
conversations that get uncomfortable.
Would you rather people come to Liars and Friends for fun or for belonging? Or both? I'll give you that.
You're going to give me both?
Yeah, I'm going to give you
I'm still going to say belonging.
Okay. I was like, come on.
No, I'm with you. Well, I'm going to play the game fairly.
All right. Ready for the second trouble?
Okay.
I promise you it's not that
Let's
bad
go.
this time.
I mean, the first one was painless, so I trust you.
Okay. One word to describe last year.
Why do I struggle with stuff like this, man?
It's okay. Take your time. We got time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say fruitful.
Okay. One word that best describes Liars and Friends.
Community.
One word for your community.
Anchoring.
One word you associate with connection.
Love.
One word that describes you right now.
Afraid. I don't know what's coming next.
Okay. One word you're currently working on embodying.
Mastery.
Okay. One word that feels like home to you.
People.
One word that keeps you grounded.
Love again.
Okay. And one word for what's next.
Promising.
Love that. See, it wasn't that bad.
No.
See? Easy peasy. I was nice this time.
I got one for you.
Go on.
So, first one.
Oh gosh, I was not prepared for that.
I told you I'm coming for you this time around.
Jesus Christ. Okay, go on.
What is an acceptable or okay reason to lie?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Kaz, why?
On your own podcast. Be careful.
Acceptable or okay reason to lie?
Yeah.
If I'm protecting someone I love.
Example.
If it's something that I know is not gonna harm them, but at the same time I'm protecting them, I would do it. But then at the same time, I'm the kind of person that even though I'm gonna hurt someone, I'm gonna tell that person the truth.
Okay.
Because that's out of love.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna leave you with that one. So now we're gonna play a game of this or that.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Guys, FYI, I was not ready for that, but okay, go on.
All right, simple. Yeah. Cold logic or gut instinct?
Gut instinct.
Make a bold move early or wait until the last moment?
Bold move early.
Lose with integrity or win by manipulation?
Lose with integrity. You got me.
You call yourself quick, no?
Lose with the first one.
Okay. Play the villain or play the hero?
I don't know. I want to be the hero.
Okay, cool. Silence when something feels off, or ask the uncomfortable questions.
I will ask uncomfortable questions.
Yeah. Win by blending in or win by taking charge.
I would take charge.
Okay. Spot the liar by their words or spot the liar by their behavior.
Wait. Hold on. Say that again.
Spot the liar
Spot the liar.
by their words
Okay.
or by their behavior.
Behavior.
Okay. Sacrifice yourself for the group or sacrifice the group for yourself.
Sacrifice myself for the group.
Okay. Last two. Make people depend on you or make people underestimate you.
Ooh, underestimate me.
Okay. And then the final one. Create chaos or restore order.
Restore order.
Nice. See, it wasn't so bad.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Tasty
Cass, you
old
want to come
medicine.
more often on the podcast? It feels good to remove the host to put the host to the side and just, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love those questions. Oh, you made my night. Cass, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please do come back often. Visit us.
I'm not making no promises, but I'll be here as often as I can.
I shall come visit you soon.
Please do.
And I shall be at Lies and Friends.
And Ronnie Scott's again.
And Ronnie Scott.
There we
That's
go.
a must. Like,
Yeah.
we're going there.
Don't. The energy's a little bit higher. Make it a little bit lower. Lies and Friends energy needs to be higher than Ronnie Scott's.
Both are
Alright,
high.
okay.
Listen.
Which one's higher?
Lies and Friends.
Okay,
because
cool.
I haven't been there.
All right, cool.
And I'm like excited. I'm like, let's go for it.
We're good.
Listen, I'm a child.
Yeah, yes.
The child needs to be in the room.
I'm so curious to see how you get on. I think you'd be amazing at it.
I love that. But yeah, thank you again for coming on the podcast, and I hope to see you soon.
Absolute pleasure, Mal.
I wish you all the best as always.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no doubts that in 1 year we'll talk about Lies and Friends global, worldwide.
Let's make it happen. Manifesting, innit?
Planting seeds. That's all I'm gonna leave it. All right then. Thank you again. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.